Okay, so grouping is when we have four terms, and it is a type of taking out a common factor. There is an argument that because it's four terms, we shouldn't group it with taking out a common factor, and it really depends who you speak to. The majority of us say that it is, and I agree, it's part of it. I've actually only met one maths teacher who says it shouldn't be taught as part of it. So the principles behind taking out a common factor is to find something that's common in each term. In this case, we've got a 3 that's common there and a 3 there, but it's not common there and there. So we can't take 3 out as common factor the whole way through. We've got an A that's common in the first term and the second term, but not in the other two. We've got an X that's common in the first term and the third term, and a Y common in the second and the fourth. So basically, as it stands, there's nothing we can do except for grouping it. So when we group, we decide we're going to take 2 of them and put them together, and the other 2 and put them together as well. Before you do anything, set up your brackets. And one of the reasons I say that again is because if you set up your brackets first, you don't have to think through what you're doing as you're writing stuff down. You will immediately remember that it has to be a plus between the brackets because you're just regurgitating information there. You're not understanding just yet or not applying. You are understanding, you're just not applying maths yet. Okay, so let's make this more obvious with blue. This first one in the blue brackets, I'm just rewriting it so that it's 3ax plus 3ay, and then the second bracket is going to contain the whole of that there, including those negatives, so it's negative x minus y. So at this point, we can treat those 2 brackets as 2 different problems. I can work with the blue problem until I'm happy, and then I can go back and I can work with the yellow problem. So let's start with the blue problem. In the blue problem, I have, why is this pencil giving issues? Sorry, just plugging in. And let's see. There we go. So in this blue bracket, I've got 3a plus x and I've got 3a plus y. Do I have a common factor in there? Yes. So let's take that out.
Why did a plus? Shouldn't it be a minus?
We always put a plus between them.
Okay.
Always, always. And I'm left with x plus y afterwards. It does help to highlight the common factors, I think. So the common factors in this first bracket are 3a, not that you can see that highlighting very well, and 3a. Hello, Jack. Talk to me.
So in the second term, when it's negative x and negative y, now you need to make it the same as x plus y. How do you switch it around again? Do you make the plus that we always have as a plus a minus?
In that case, yes, we're going to change the sign, but it also means that we're taking out -1 as a common factor. And that's why it's important to have those negatives over there, because then we can see that
So you're
-1.
making the invisible one visible on the outside of the bracket.
Yep. So to talk through what that means, I have a bracket that is x and minus y. It does have a coefficient of 1 in front of it, which means I can take out the common factor of -1. And I'm left with x plus y. But we can also think of it as changing the sign, which is part of grouping generally. If I have plus x plus into brackets minus x minus y, and I want both x and y to be positive, I am able to do some mathematics by doing that.
Don't you count the plus in?
So I change the plus on the outside to a negative. So when I do it like this, it's called changing the sign. But what I'm really doing is taking out a common factor of -1. But let's just go with changing the sign. So it was yellow. Minus, and I've changed the signs to plus. Okay, so have I taken out all of the common factors in that first bracket? Yes. And in the second bracket? Yes. And I know it's going to work because I can now see that I've got brackets that are common. I've got x plus y that's common over there, and x plus y that's common over there. I've made this blue and I've made this yellow to emphasize the fact that I have two terms now. I started with 4 because those pluses and the minuses divided up the 4 different numbers. But now I just have the 1 minus between the brackets. So 2 terms. I'm going to highlight to indicate that we know that that's a common factor, x plus y and x plus y, because it makes it easier to see. So let's take out the common factor of x plus y. And in the brackets, what am I left with in the first term? Well done. And then Jack, you said it with the other one. What is left behind here?
Oh, so it's a 1.
Nicely done. So what generally happens in a stressful situation is that you know that there should be some kind of number over there. But when you've taken out x plus y as a common factor, it looks like everything has disappeared. So you've got this random minus hanging around over there, and you're not sure what goes there. The one analogy I like to use is that when something disappears, and I say that with quotation marks, it doesn't actually. We've always got to keep something there to indicate that there was a term over there. And that is the number 1. So I'd sometimes refer to it as the tombstone, because it's gone but it's not forgotten. And the reason mathematically we need it there is because we need to multiply the brackets in. Well, we don't, but if we were to multiply the brackets in, we would still want to get that negative x plus y happening over there. Okay.